Welcome to another tutorial on how to manage your school's website. Again, I'm Chris and I will be taking you through today how to manage your school directory. Alright, so your school directory is managed through what's called connections down here at the bottom left of your admin menu. So first off, I want to show you on the tutorial site that you can actually go there and find that I have written a step-by-step tutorial including screenshots of every mouse click on how to do this, just in case you would rather do it that way instead of following along with this screencast. So here it is, how to create an employee directory. Goes through adding categories, talks about possible categories. These are not set in stone, you can choose your own, and yada 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 yada. Yeah, you see how it is. So what we are going to do today is walk through this tutorial and show you how it's done. Let's go ahead and get started. So if we hover over the connections menu item, you'll notice that there are a number of different items here. If you hover over categories, and let's actually click into there, you'll come to this familiar categories page. If you're not familiar with this, I'd suggest going back and watching the posts tutorial. The categories here are going to let us organize our people into logical separations. So for example, you might want an administration, there we go, and office category. Go ahead and click add new category. Most likely you're going to need a teachers category if you're in elementary school, maybe a faculty category instead of teachers if you are a junior high or high school. Now let's go ahead and add some grades. So kindergarten. This is where the parent drop-down comes in handy. This parent here allows you to assign a parent-child relationship with the categories. So if I assign the teachers as the parent, that means that kindergarten is the child of teachers and teachers is the parent of kindergarten. Let's go ahead and click add new category. Notice now over here to the right it's delineated kindergarten with a hyphen, showing that kindergarten is underneath teachers. Let's go ahead and do that for first grade as well, so you can see. So now we have teachers, first grade, kindergarten. Let's say, for example, you accidentally forgot to assign the parent to one of your categories. Do not worry. I can click edit over one of these categories and you'll see the parent drop down right there. You can reassign it as you need to. How many categories do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to count uncategorized because we're not going to use that one. Let's add a couple more. Community council. And PTA. If you add the community council and PTA categories here and manage the members of your community council and PTA through connections, they will display on the mobile app. Just wanted to throw that out there as to why I'm creating them here. And it should recognize PTA or Parent Teachers Association or Community Council or SCC or just CC. Try to make room for all the different variations thereof. So now that the categories are created, we're only going to create 6. You can create the rest on your own time. You'll see over here that each one has been given an ID. For the admin office, we have 17. Community councils, 21. PTA, 22. Teachers, 18. 20, 19 for first grade and kindergarten, respectively. You need to write those down. We are going to be using those IDs to tell a page which category to display. So go ahead and do that right now. Once you've written down the IDs for each category, we need to create a page for every single category that we created. Let's do that. We hover over pages and go to add new. So on this page, we are going to write administration office. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but if you follow along closely, you won't have an issue, I don't think. And also remember that it's on the tutorial site here. You can go back and visit and get the actual text if you need to. So we are going to be using what are called shortcodes. A shortcode helps the website know what you want to do with just a little bit of text. And with that little bit of text, it will execute a whole chunk of code for you. So start with the beginning square bracket that's at the top right of your keyboard, right underneath the plus and equals. Do the square bracket and then type in connections, space, category, equals, there's no space here, quotation mark, and the ID of that category. So for ours, the administration office category was 17. I click that, and I type in 17, close my quotation mark, close my bracket. That's all there is to it. Now notice over here, you also have the parent drop-down in page attributes. I am going to do that. So click that and find the directory page. If there is not a directory page, I'd recommend going back and creating that first, just in case. But all websites should have a directory page already created for them. So find the directory page, choose that as the parent. Then go ahead and publish. Let's add a new page for teachers. Again, you want to type in connections, category, equals, and we used 18. To save time, I'm going to copy that string of text so I don't have to type that in every single time. The parent for this one, again, is directory. Alright, kindergarten. The kindergarten ID was, what was it? Oh yeah, 19. This time the parent is not going to be directory, but just as we did with the category itself, our parent will be teachers. So assign that and publish. Add a new page. Bear with me here. We have first grade. The first grade ID, I believe, was 19. Wait. No, first grade was 20. Ha! Teachers. Publish. So this is the general feel of things. You create your categories first, then you create your pages. One page per category. And on that page, in the body area, you will be writing the ID, the shortcode and the ID. Community Council was 21. This one, I have a community page. Oh, well, what do you know? I also already have a Community Council page. So, let me show you what to do. Don't panic. If you already have a page created, you can just go into Pages and All Pages. I'm going to leave this page as I don't want to publish it. And now I have the Community Council page that has already been created. I'm going ahead and trash this draft. I don't need it anymore. So the Community Council page. Click into there. Aha! We already have something. Here, I'm going to just put the directory. Maybe above the directory, just so it helps out. Let's write Community Council members. Let's highlight it, expand the kitchen sink here, and say heading 2. And here about the Community Council. Just cleaning this up just a little bit so we can go back and look at it later. There we go. So Community Council members, we have the headline there, and underneath it we are going to display the Community Council members, and their ID is 21. Let's just update that page. And then we'll go in and do the same thing for the PTA. All Pages, find PTA and click Edit. Here we go. PTA board, or I'm not quite sure what they're called. Say PTA, yeah, PTA board. So here we go. Their ID is 22. And we'll do a little about the PTA as well. Give these some quick headings. There we go. And the parent again is community. So let's update. So that's how you get from creating the categories to displaying those categories on each of the different pages. Notice now, if we go into the front end of the website, and let's go to the PTA page. Let's see if we can find it. Under community, well, community council works. Notice that where we had that shortcode, it is currently saying no results. That's because we haven't put anybody in there yet. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll add one person for community councils, and then we'll add a teacher. So to add somebody to the directory, you hover over connections again, and you choose add entry. This will load a standard page for adding contacts to any system, really. You add your first name, the last name, and some extra information that we'll walk through here quick. So let's go ahead and add Dwayne Pipe. First name Dwayne. Let's give him Mr. since he's going to be our teacher. Last name Pipe. Title, he is a kindergarten teacher extraordinaire. You don't have to worry about the organization or department. Let's choose his image. Let's see, pictures. Dwayne Pipe, there he is. So you'll add his picture. If he has a logo, he doesn't. That's for businesses. Phone numbers, let's add his telephone number. Make sure you change the phone type to his work phone. His phone number is 385-555-3434. Visibility, that number is going to be public. His email address, his work email, make sure you change that again. His email address is dpipe@graniteschools.org. And links. Here's a link to his website. We're going to call this Pipes Brain Benders. That's his website name. His URL is http pipebrainbenders.wordpress.com. So you can change it if someone clicks on that, if it goes in the same window or a different one. We're going to open up a new window. And down here you have some biographical info that you can enter in. Dwayne Pipe biographical information. Getting really creative today. And down here, notes. If you enter in notes, that is just for you. That is not seen on the front end of the website. The two most important things that you remember is to come over here and under this publish area, make sure he is listed as public so he can actually be seen. Next, go ahead and assign him a category. Now, because he is in kindergarten, that means he is also a teacher. So assign him to both teachers and kindergarten. And then you'll click Add Entry. And then you get the yellow bars telling us that we had a success. Let's add someone else. Karaoke. She is the PTA president. And by the way, she throws some really awesome singing parties. Let's choose her file. Phone numbers. Well, her cell phone. I don't know if she wants it on there. You'll have to ask her permission, but her cell phone number is 801-555-5445. Her email address is cokiextreme@gmail.com. And her links, she doesn't have one. That's okay. Or maybe she does. Maybe there is a PTA website. Let's do that. PTA official site. And it's ptaofficialsite.com. And let's open up in a new window. Biographical info, elected, beginning of year 2013. Happy to be with you. Let's rock. Make sure she is assigned public and to PTA. And then go ahead and then click Add Entry. Now you'll notice that over here, if I click Manage, we have them added to our connections page as PTA and kindergarten and teachers. So let's go take a look at them. Community, PTA. So you'll notice that there she is, Karaoke as the PTA president. Notice that the biographical information that we entered in here is not there. Let me show you how to change that really quick. And there are a number of different templates that you can choose from. The connections templates let you decide how your connections is going to look. So I've actually created one over here called Minimalist 1.0. If you activate that, that will help the look and feel of it. Make it fit in a little bit nicer with the websites. So now we have PTA board, we have Karaoke, who's a PTA president, that's her cell, her personal email, and her website. And down below here you have the biographical information. Okay, let's check out the teachers. Oh, well, notice that we don't actually have that in the menu. That's because we've created those pages, but we haven't actually told those directory pages where they need to be displayed. Let's go ahead and do that. So if you watched the previous tutorial, you will know how to do it. But we'll do a quick brief run for you right now. Hover over Appearance, choose Menus. Choose the primary navigation, which is probably where you're going to want it. I have a departments page there. I don't want it. I'm going to remove, and instead, in its place, let's put the directory and add to menu. At this point, I can drag and drop these wherever I want them. I want it right after About Our School. Let's take the teachers up under directory, first grade, up underneath teachers, and kindergarten above first grade. So we have it in order. Oh, last but not least, the administrative office. There we go. So notice that I was able to add the pages and order them in the way that I wanted to in the primary navigation. So we have directory, admin office, teachers, kindergarten, first grade. Let's go ahead and save the menu. I didn't add the PTA and community council pages because they were already there. Alright, the primary navigation menu has been updated. We're golden. Let's take a look. So here we are. Directory. So if I hover over directory, see teachers, kindergarten, first grade. Let's check out the kindergarten, since that's where Mr. Dwayne Pipe was. There you go. Mr. Dwayne Pipe, kindergarten teacher extraordinaire. That in general is how you manage your connections. Again, you add entry to add someone new. Make sure you have the categories first. And if you want to change things up, you can by going up into Manage, and you can edit any one of these that you want. Okay, that's it for the directory. Just wanted to remind you again that you can visit the actual tutorials site, schools.graniteschools.org/tutorials, and go directly to the written out how to create an employee directory. Let me know if you have any questions. You can contact me through the communications office. Thanks.